strategic mission for the Marine Special Forces recon. Don't let your guard down. Follow your training, and you'll make it back alive.
Some people say a bad game's a bad game, regardless of circumstance. I say it depends on the circumstance, because sometimes a game's faults aren't actually faults. They're just the products of a certain time, whether it's a design trend or a technological limitation or what have you. Case in point, in 2013, this game kind of sucks. But in 2001, it kind of didn't.
Roger.
So there are two important things to note, broadly speaking, about Extermination. For starters, it's a very early PS2 release, which means we were years away from people figuring out the capabilities of the system with a game like Resident Evil 4. And secondly, it's a survival horror game from 2001, which means we were years away from the genre's much-needed reinvention with Resident Evil 4. The point is, Extermination feels kind of old and looks kind of ugly for reasons that are completely understandable and not necessarily the result of the game's own flaws. Then again, Extermination is plenty fucking flawed. You play as a Marine sent to investigate a distress call from this research facility on Antarctica. Most generic story in history, right? If you've played any of the countless games using the exact same story, you already know what he finds at the research facility. Extermination plays out like a third-person shooter built on the mechanics of late 90s survival horror. So, tanky controls, stop to shoot, backtracking, yeah. And again, that's the circumstance, right? I mean, this was survival horror. These mechanics define the genre. And considering that Extermination was developed by some of the original creators of Resident Evil, I mean, there was no way this game wouldn't play this way. Old fans will defend it, new players will laugh at it. I say, hey, it's a victim of circumstance. And besides, once you get past the awful graphics and the outdated approach to survival horror, Extermination does a lot of things well. For example, it has a clever emphasis on battery power, so things like powering machines and even saving your game drains your portable battery, which means if you don't keep it charged, you're gonna have real problems. You can also modify your weapons with attachments, which feels like a precursor to some of today's gameplay conventions. So, what's the verdict? Is this a good old game, or just an old game? Well, again, depends on the player. Old school survival horror fans who can tolerate its genre's earliest quirks should find a lot to like here. But if you grew up in a post-RE4 world, Extermination might feel a bit too clunky and a bit too campy to bother with. Just know that, it was 2001. We didn't know any better.